crisis happens anywhere. If you think your family isn't dealing with it, you think your family's immune from it, you're mistaken. Crisis happens in every family, crisis happens in every place. The more people that know about it, the more people that are empathetic to it, are compassionate to it, the more we can help people before they get to this point.
That's what MHA is all about, is supporting people where they are and moving them to recovery and helping the community to understand.
Every call is so much different. You do your best, to communicate with them and talk with them. You just don't know what you're going to run into.
Mental health first aid helps us serve the community by identifying folks that have mental health issues. It gives us a better opportunity to respond to those people in a positive outcome and get them the services that they need. So that's how this partnership with MHA is really working for us.
MHA's partnership with the law enforcement, both police and sheriff, has come about just through our normal collaborative work in the community, quite honestly. And it was really great to hear when both the chief and the sheriff decided that mental health first aid training would be beneficial to their officers.
You know, because of the partnership that we have with Mental Health America, we're able to provide this training free of charge. And that's why it's so powerful that I'm looking forward to every single one of our officers and deputies being trained in this, because it's a new tool that they're going to have to be able to assist the community and a person who is in crisis.
This is about humanity. I keep saying it's hard to hate up close. We have to continue to connect with people different than ourselves. When people call 911, we have to go. What we're going to do is come and try to bring comfort, try to bring hope, and try to de-escalate a situation where emotions are running high. The only way to do that is have an educated police agency like we're educating ours, and to really be receptive and open to assisting people who are in greatest need.
Mental health first aid training is an 8-hour curriculum, and it's designed to teach lay people, anyone who's interested, in mental health. I describe it as your abnormal psych 101 condensed to 8 hours.
The key, they're all key signs, but is really the listening, not judge betterly. Just let the person tell their story, and we like to use the quote, 2 ears and 1 mouth, twice the listening and half the talking.
In just this past December of 2016, our deputies went to conduct an eviction at a home. When they entered the home, there was a man there who was having a mental health crisis, was going to commit suicide. He had a shotgun between his feet and the shotgun was in his mouth. They were able to use these skills and tools that they had to talk him out of this and talk him into giving them that shotgun. So this mental health training saved his life and possibly saved the officers.
Another benefit of mental health first aid is really getting people to be more aware. You can hear about what it's like to have a mental health condition, but until it hits you or your family, you really don't fully understand.
Yeah, we remind the officers it's not just about their 911 calls. It is about their whole life, their social circles, their family members as well. You know, we often challenge them, if you had a mental health crisis when you went home today, what would you do? Who would you call? Do you know this basic information? A lot of us have no idea to where to even start.
I pulled in my driveway. It was 4 o'clock. My wife's truck was there. My wife had been in a tailspin. I knew this. We had talked the night before. I'd given her a therapist's number. She wasn't supposed to get home until 4:30 that night. So when I saw her truck in the driveway, I knew something was wrong. So I parked my truck and I ran inside. I yelled for her. She no answer. I ran upstairs. She was in the bed. She was unconscious. I immediately called 911 and started CPR. Wasn't supposed to make it through the night, Friday night. You know, every bit of success that I've had, I am who I am because of her. When you learn about this resource, it's not just applicable from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on your shift. It's not just applicable from 8 to 4 at your office. It's applicable at any time and anywhere. You just have to make yourself available. Today, she's fine. She's receiving treatment. She's in care. But I firmly believe in the value of making yourself available to identify those in crisis, because you never know whose life you may be saving. It could be an inmate, an arrestee, a coworker, a friend, a family member. Awareness and availability is paramount.
Everyone said, you know, you have the largest mental health facility in the county. And they were talking about our jails. And we discussed, I mean, we want to make sure our officers and our deputies have training to be able to deal with mental health, a person who's in mental health crisis. It's about communication. We're able to give these officers and these deputies communication skills that they would not be able to receive any other way. And it is through this training.
All officers need at least a basic level of knowledge of recognizing the signs and symptoms of mental health issues, individuals with IDDs or intellectual developmental disabilities or substance use disorders. So mental health first aid has given our officers that basic understanding and helps them respond better when they encounter those situations.
He was, I think he's 6'4" or 6'5", and he's about 300 pounds. He's a pretty big kid. And one officer was on either arm. And it was a situation where I could tell that if they were gonna attempt to put him in handcuffs, that it was probably gonna be a fight. So I just walked over to him, and as I was approaching him, he just sat down on the ground. Everything kind of runs through your head, you know, at Mach speed. And the initial thought was, this is a missing persons. He's possibly suicidal and possibly has some mental health issues. He hadn't committed a crime. But we also had the duty to make sure that he was safe. I just bent down, kind of got down just so I could be eye level with him. I wanted to take away that kind of authority position. So I got down to his eye level. Once I kind of felt like I could start to engage him in conversation, I did. And that's where it kind of all started. He got himself a piece of gum and he stuck it back in his pocket. As he was sticking it back in his pocket, I said, "That's okay, I didn't want a piece at all." And he started laughing. So I knew that, you know, we had kind of made a little bit of a connection. We sat there and talked for probably 15, 20 minutes. I looked back and saw everybody there, and I said, "Hey, you know, you want to go back to school? What do you want to do?" And I got up and I bent down and grabbed, you know, put my hand out to help him up. And, you know, having that class, having some of the information definitely changed my life and that young man's life that day. You know, being able to look at a situation and have some of the resources that I learned helps in that de-escalation. The time that we're in, it had a pretty big impact on people. I know it had a big impact on me, and I know it had a big impact on Jeremiah and his family.
It's absolutely critical that MHA continue on in doing the work that it does, because we are the only organization that I'm aware of that really works at that key level of education, breaking the stigma. And then the programs that we offer also provide that support in recovery, that people know they're not alone and that we're here to help keep them healthy.
You know, we have this large Batman belt that we wear around our waist, and I think any time that we can be involved in something that gives us a little bit more ability to deal with individuals, it adds that much more to our Batman belt.
For the last year and a half, 2 years almost, we've been delivering mental health first aid to all law enforcement at no charge, and I think that's a key component, and I think that's why we're talking about this today, is the funding that allows us to do that is so critically important.
This mental health first aid training is powerful. It's a tool that you guys are providing to us, and it's second to none.